Now, welcome to another news from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And quite a bit to talk about today, so let's get right to it.
Alright, Star Wars and Marvel. Which on Disney Plus is the most viewed? So Hollywood Reporter did an analysis on the two biggest franchises on the Disney Plus, which of course, Marvel, Star Wars. The results are very interesting. What else do you subscribe to Disney for, anyway? But, Star Wars and Marvel in the first place.
Me, personally, I don't think I've watched anything but those two. And the movie Free Guy, which was entertaining.
So, combined, the 6 live-action shows from Lucasfilm and Marvel generated about 36 billion minutes of viewing time in the weeks that the original episodes aired. The Mandalorian is the clear leader, especially Season 2. Combined, the two seasons accounted for 14.5 billion minutes, which is kind of amazing, especially considering that The Mandalorian Season 1 premiered on launch day of Disney Plus, when it would have had the smallest subscriber count.
But the least amount of competition to watch as well, I suppose.
I suppose.
I mean, it's the only thing to watch day one, unless you want to watch old
They had other
Disney stuff.
premieres for day one.
Well, again, Disney, I mean...
Just because that's the only thing you wanted to watch.
The only thing
Disney
I watch, is Star Wars and Marvel, essentially. I don't watch the other stuff too much.
No other Marvel show has topped either season of The Mandalorian as of yet in terms of total view time, although Loki came close. Its 6th season episode drew 5.23 billion minutes of watch time and was the first and only Marvel series to exceed 1 billion minutes in a single week. By virtue of its smaller episode order, Loki actually has the highest average watch time of any Marvel or Star Wars series on Disney+.
I was going to say, it's not entirely fair because we do have different episode counts. Both Mandalorian seasons are 8 episodes. Some of these other shows are 6. Mm-hmm. Some of them are longer. Although, I mean, you could look at The Mandalorian and say, does the entire runtime of The Mandalorian, is it longer than Loki? Because some episodes in Mandalorian are half hour, 40 minutes, whereas Loki, I feel like most episodes are closer to an hour. So... Right. And again, this isn't even a perfect system. This is just the Nielsen ratings. This isn't official numbers released from Disney. So, still, I think we can kind of garner some information from this. Maybe not,
I'm proud of Loki, honestly. I very much enjoyed that series, so I'm proud that it did so well.
Yeah, I mean, even Book of Boba Fett, for example, you might, 4.4 billion. But again, there were shorter episodes when compared to, some of the other shows. It's Hawkeye that... I liked Hawkeye. I know a lot of people were down on it, which is fine. You can have your opinions. I can have mine. But that really didn't do so well, did it? Even 6 episodes, most of them were longer, so that was definitely... It
could also have to do with the time of year it came out. Remember, it came out during Christmas time, which was very busy for people. Holiday shopping and hubbub could have very well interfered with how much time you have to watch TV.
I don't know. What I find interesting is I think most people are under the assumption that Marvel has killed Star Wars, that it's not even like a close in terms of, fan bases and who's watching. And this would say otherwise. This would say Star Wars is still, even, you might look at, like I said, that Book of Boba Fett, 4.4 billion. That's right on par with all the other shows.
Right. It's
roughly
really
the same.
To laugh at.
Yeah, with roughly the same, total runtime for the shows when you consider shorter episodes again. So, I don't know, pretty fascinating, actually.
I'm curious how Kenobi will end up stacking up on the charts.
Number 1, I would guess. I don't know. I'm not just saying that, but I mean, Kenobi.
He doesn't have a Grogu.
Well, I mean, you do bring up a good, interesting point about Grogu. I'm sure Disney execs look at that season 2 number, 8.38 billion minutes or whatever they look at. They've got the actual numbers. And why is Grogu back with Mando? Is it good for the story or is it good for the numbers?
Or both.
Well, we'll have to see if it's both. No, but I mean, that's one of my biggest gripes is we're going to go from the end of Season 2 where they say goodbye, and if you don't see Book of Boba Fett, you're going to watch Season 3, and you're going to be like, well, why are they together again? Didn't we literally just end with them separating? So,
of course, at this point, you have to live under a rock to not have your internet browser the moment you open up go, hey, there was Mandalorian and Grogu were in Book of Boba Fett.
Well, sure, but I mean, it's still, you're kind of undoing the whole story of 2 seasons of a show in a different show and then starting back, back with them together. It's a very strange approach that, to me, conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat time reeks of, corporate overlords saying, you got to have these two back together.
All right, let's just move on to our next story. Hayden Christensen talks about playing Darth Vader, so that Entertainment Weekly that's going to be released in April, last printed issue, they released more of their interview with Hayden. When asked what it felt like putting the suit back on, he replied, "Well, without getting into too much detail, it was amazing. It's a great honor to get to put the suit on." He goes on to describe how his role in Kenobi is a natural continuation of his journey from Revenge of the Sith. "It was mostly a lot of excitement because I had spent enough time with this character and I felt like I knew him, and coming back to it felt very natural in a lot of ways. And I was just really excited to get to come in and play Darth Vader at this point in the timeline because it did feel like a natural continuation of your journey with the character, and it was very meaningful for me." He concluded by saying, "I don't know what I can share in terms of behind-the-scenes stuff because I don't think they want me saying too much, but I can tell you the first time I saw Ewan as Obi-Wan again, that was a very special moment for me and one that I'll remember for a very, very long time."
Yeah, pretty cool, yet I would say kind of standard response. I'm very happy for Hayden Christensen. He obviously took a lot of flack back in the day for his portrayal of Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
We can debate George's fault, his fault, somewhere in the middle, whatever the case might be. The script,
the acting,
the directing, so obviously Hayden has, faced plenty of backlash. So it's cool to see him being a part of arguably one of the biggest Star Wars projects, most anticipated Star Wars projects ever. People are excited to see him again, excited to see him and Ewan. You can be happy for these actors. They are people too, and I mean that in multiple ways. We shouldn't just necessarily worship them and worship the ground they walk upon, yet at the same time you can feel happy for them when they do get these kind of opportunities. So I'm thrilled for Hayden. I hope he nails this. I hope he nails this return, because I'm one of those people who thinks he's a pretty good actor. Wasn't directed the best in episodes 2 and 3. And I want to see what he does under someone else's helm here. Under,
Deborah Chow.
Deborah Chow, thank you.
All right, then I guess I'll move on to the next story. Hasbro has announced their next fan stream. April 6th, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, will be the next Fan First Wednesday. Pre-orders for revealed figures will be the following day. It really is, most likely, because that does follow their style of show and tell.
1 o'clock Eastern, usually, yeah.
Yeah.
All of them, different websites, yeah. Sounds about right.
We should be seeing new Black Series figures as well as Vintage Collection. Don't worry, April 6th will be here on this channel, too. So we'll put up a video with a kind of breakdown for the releases as well.
Absolutely, yes.
So you don't have to follow their time schedule, just us.
There you go.
And a very final piece of news. Season 3 of The Mandalorian has officially finished filming.
Yay.
One step closer to actually being able to watch.
Yeah, whenever they decide to release it.
Someday.
When another adventure with Grogu and Mando together, as talking about earlier.
I mean, we should, honestly, I feel like we're going to see them go back to Mandalore, because he's got to find some magic water to bathe in, and then never take his helmet off again.
Well, I think he's going to be out from under the more.
You think he's just going to go join up with the other Mandalorians and be like,
I give
up on you guys?
I don't think he's just going to, just join up with them, but I don't think he's going to keep to the traditional ways, or his clan's traditional ways, as soon as he realizes that's really not how Mandalore does it. He's going to watch some Clone Wars episodes and some Rebels episodes and be like, wow, they all take their helmet off all the time.
Well, it's just such a crazy thing to say you're not allowed to take your helmet off in front of anyone ever.
Yeah. To us sitting here, that's completely unrealistic and believable that anybody could ever pull that off.
Right. I mean, you have to eat and drink and...
Yeah, there's just certain social settings you would think, how would you ever get through them without...
They get married in their helmets.
Interesting. I mean...
Never see your spouse's face. It's a great, fun time for Mandalorians.
Must be. But no, I think soon enough, in the near future, I'm sure we'll talk more about Mandalorian Season 3 as more news comes out, with more speculation about it as well, on this channel and the other one as well. But no, I'm happy it's done. I have high hopes for it. It's, again, a little strange that we undo the first 2 seasons and put them right back together. Hopefully they have a good plan for it. Hopefully it all works out and we have another highly entertaining season and another 8.3 billion watch minutes on Disney+. All right, well, I guess that's all we've got for you this time. Now it's your turn to take to the comments below. Tell us what you think about any and all of this news, and let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, Thanks for watching.